How energy vampires steal energy. I've been wanting to do this for a while now, and hopefully this will help you guys and give you some confirmation as well. Hey, what's up? I'm Renee Mija. I'm a musician and sociologist. I do sociology kind of as a hobby. I have 5 degrees. I graduated from the top university in the country, but I have experienced this stuff on a personal level, interpersonal level, academic level, case study, you name it. If you want to subscribe to my music channel, the link is in the description, as well as the link to my other social media. All right, energy vampirism right now is a big thing. It has been increasing over the last several years. And you, at this point, have to be really, I don't want to say like paranoid or something like that, but you have to be very understanding, cautious, because I feel like this is the reason why many of our biggest creators, speakers, people that have a lot of truth to offer, people that have great books, great art, great recipes, are really good people in general, why they are not able to, I don't want to say live up to their full potential, but why they're not able to do all they could do is because of this. It's you have negative people or low vibrational people who basically focus on energy vampirism. Now, there are organized efforts to do this, and we are going to talk about that on future tapes and why it's so important and crucial to understand this. But right now, let's get into primary ways. And these techniques are mainly through friends, family, associates, people that you know. All right, so there are 10 ways here. 10 ways. And number 1 is through one-upping your accomplishments. I'm not sure if you've had this happen before, but for instance, let's say you have a huge accomplishment or a small accomplishment for you. Let's say you just graduated from medical school. Let's say you just got a new job. Let's say you got a job interview. You started a new relationship. You just got a proposal or something like that. And you're really excited. And the first thing the person is going to try to say is, I've already done that before. Oh, I've done that. Or they'll even try to nullify your accomplishment, which we'll get into that in just a moment. But they essentially will say, I graduated too. And you're like, but you didn't graduate. And you don't want to be mean, right? You're like, but the reality is they maybe only signed up for a couple of classes, but they didn't finish. And that doesn't compare to, and I'm not being like, but if you have a medical school degree that took you 6 years to get and you just graduated from medical school, somebody else that they didn't even finish their classes that they signed up for. They didn't even do one class. And you're like, okay. Another example of that could be you just got a job interview that you're really excited about. And they're like, yeah, I just got a job interview too. I have a job interview coming in as well. But they hadn't even turned an application. Or you're like, yeah, I just got a new corporate job making X amount of money. That's the most money I've ever made before. And you're really excited. And they're like, yeah, I should have some offers coming in as well for my new job. And you're like, but you didn't even put in a resume. And also you're not in that field. And they're actually not even telling the truth. They're just making it up. But the whole point is to position themselves in your head that they're somehow doing better than you, that they're more accomplished than you, and that what you're doing is like irrelevant to them. So especially when this is coming in the form of friends and family relationships, this is definitely a way that they target you in order to steal energy, is by specifically trying to one-up your accomplishment. This is also something, of course, that narcissists do as well. Number 2, they downplay your victories. This is a big one. So let's say you got a brand new job, you're really excited about it, or you just started a brand new relationship, or you just got a new promotion, or you just got a new vehicle, etc. They basically will ignore it and act like you didn't even say anything. So you might be really happy, like, hey, you won't believe this. I won $10,000 in a scratch off yesterday. That's so cool. And they pretty much just blow it off, shrug it off, act like you didn't say anything. You're like, did you hear me? Oh, yeah, I heard you, but I'm, and they're, texting or on a social media app, or everything you do or say is like irrelevant, in comparison to whatever activity they're doing. But you might have just told them life-changing news. You might have just told them that you have achieved a goal that you've been working on for a really long time, or that, you know, you just got a huge promotion, or you just got the ability to start, you just got a loan for your new company that you just started, etc. And they just act like it's nothing, right? This is a way to insinuate self-doubt in you, and it's also a way to make you feel insecure and like you're not doing enough. The other danger in this is it can kind of put you in like a people pleaser-ish type of mode. It's like programming you and conditioning you to be in that mode. Okay, number 3, deflection, assigning your victories to somebody else. So this one is huge. So for example, you just got into law school and you're really happy about it, and all of a sudden they change the subject and start talking about somebody else who just graduated from law school. Oh, well, so-and-so's daughter, or my friend, or somebody else that I'm good friends with that I know, or whatever, they just graduated from law school. And you're like, but I just told you I just got into law school, and you're changing the subject about to somebody that, you know, just graduated from law school. Like, it's kind of done to take a shot at you and again make you feel like whatever it is that you're doing, big or small, that it doesn't matter, right? Or it could be that you just lost weight. This is a big one. Maybe you just lost 15 pounds and you're really excited about that. Maybe your goal is to lose 50 pounds and you lost 15 pounds and that's more than you've ever lost. You lost it the right way. You were eating healthy, etc. And they tell you that, oh, well, you know, I lost 15 pounds as well. Or, yeah, my friend just lost 15 pounds. Or, yeah, you know, I just lost 25 pounds last year. Like, they basically switch the topic and switch the subject and bring it back to them or bring it back to somebody else in order to, again, make you feel like what you're doing doesn't mean anything. And it's really, again, to insinuate that your life isn't important. And again, you know, if you're dealing with people that are narcissists, etc., this is something that's important to know about, because there's like a slow level conditioning to try to get you to basically become passive in your own life and feel like what you're doing, big or small, isn't important, even though it is. It's important to you, and make you put or insinuate to you that you need to put everybody else's accomplishments, everybody else's life, everybody else's goals ahead of your own. Number 4, quickly changing the subjects and talking about something completely irrelevant. So this kind of has to tie in with number 2 and 3, but this is another way of doing it. So quickly changing the subjects and talking about something that is relatively irrelevant. So again, let's say that you just lost a massive amount of weight and you're really excited about it, and they instantly start talking about trivia, or start talking about celebrity gossip, or start talking about something that's relatively irrelevant. Or let's say it could be a good news or a bad news thing. Let's say that you just bought your first house and you're really excited about that, and all of a sudden they switch it to, oh, okay, that's nice. And then, oh yeah, did you hear about what Jennifer Lopez is doing? Like something that like completely doesn't match. It's not relevant compared to what you just told them. And this also could do with something tragic. Maybe you just told them about something really significant to you that was tragic or sad. Maybe a pet died. Maybe something else happened that caused you a lot of grief. And the person's like, oh, okay, yeah. And then they switch it to something that really has nothing to do with anything. It's almost like they're purposely ignoring you. So this is kind of like a mixture of ignoring, deflection, but also it's a form of dismissal. It's a way of basically saying, you don't count, you don't matter, what you have going on is irrelevant. This is really important too, because again, it's conditioning you to think that whatever it is that you're doing, whatever it is that you have going on, doesn't matter. Put everybody ahead of you. Put everybody in front of you. When these things happen, it starts to take energy from you. It starts to make you feel like, you know, maybe it's not a big deal that I just bought the house, or that I lost the weight, or that, you know, I just got promoted at the job. And, you know, it kind of is deflating, you know, where you have to stay like pumped up. Number 5, secret competitions. This one is huge. Energy vampires, narcissists, etc. love to do this one, where essentially while they're downplaying your victories, they're behind your back trying to figure out how they can do the same thing. So you told them about job promotion and you're really excited about it, and they acted like it didn't matter, or they did one of those first 4 things, and you find out that they're secretly applying for the promotion behind your back. Or you find out that they are trying to start a new relationship, or maybe even start a relationship with the person you just got in a relationship with. Or maybe they're trying to go out and buy a house just like yours, or something that's better. Like, it's weird. But secret competitions is another way that they try to still energy from you, because essentially, let's say, well, this is getting more advanced, but let's say you just bought a house, you're really excited about it. The person that is trying to steal energy from you is a narcissist, and they actually are sabotaging you behind your back or slandering you. And then it turns out they did it so they could go and buy a house, and now you don't have the house and they do. This is another way they try to steal energy from you. It's weird stuff, but this is the type of stuff that they do. Number 6, trying to start arguments with you for absolutely no reason. So they might start up a petty fight over a dispute or over something that happened a long time ago, something that's irrelevant, something that doesn't really matter. Or it could just be something simple like you change the radio station, or this song's not that good to them, or, just something that's very minor and minute, but they'll try to get you to engage in a full-blown argument. A lot of times you may find that this is when you're, let's say, on your way to that job interview that we were talking about earlier, or on your way to your first day at work with a new promotion, or about to sign the deal and closing for the new house. Like, you're right in the middle of about to do something cool and you're excited, and they start a fight with you. This also takes your energy. But starting arguments over something petty, minor, and trivial is another way that they seek to take energy from you and to drain your energy. And they will sometimes even do things like keep you up all night arguing. And you're trying to go to sleep. You're like, okay, let's just stop. Let's cut it out. And no, blah, 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 blah. And they'll continue it and try to do whatever they can to pull you in, going below the belt. Maybe that's why your mother did that, or that's why you never had, stuff that just is way off kilter. And they'll do that on purpose to try to pull you into the argument. Like, I can't believe you would say this and blah, 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 blah. This is done on purpose. They are doing that because they want you to be tired. They want you to be stressed. They want you to be unable to think clearly. This is very common if you're starting a new job, you have a new promotion. Big one if you're taking exams for school. There are so many examples of this. They'll start petty arguments with you to try to get you to get off focus, get off track, get distracted, feel drained, tired, or agitated or angry in order to use that against you so you won't perform the way you normally would or won't make sound decisions. Number 7. This one is really fun, through distraction. So how this one works is it might be a person that had no interest in hanging out with you or seeing you. And then all of a sudden when they find out you're really busy working on your new business or working on your new family or working on something that's positive and productive for yourself. Maybe you're going to the gym every day, etc. As soon as they kind of figure this out, all of a sudden they'll start asking you to do something at or around the exact same time. So if you love to go to the gym every single morning, that's something you've been doing every day for months and it gives you a lot of confidence, you're getting great results, you're feeling good. All of a sudden, these old friends might come around and ask you to go drinking with them the night before, knowing that you have to work out. And you're like, well, hey, actually, can we do it earlier or on a different day? No, it has to be that day. This is also common if you have a big event, if you have a big exam, if you have something going on that's significant to you. They'll want to party, they'll want to hang out, they'll want to get drunk, they'll invite you to go to some concert or event, but it's out of place. It's like, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense because they're only doing it to throw you off focus. Number 8, through softening you, the narcissists, narcissistic psychopaths, and energy vampires, they want you to be nice to them. They want you to be in a people-pleasing mode. They want you to essentially be soft. And part of the reason why they do that is because they want to be able to control you easier. So this is something else to keep in mind. If they're insinuating to you that you're somehow being rude or mean because you don't want to go out drinking or because you want to stay focused on your diet or your gym routine, and they're trying to make you out to be a bad person or starting fights with you or using any of the techniques that we talked about earlier, this is a way of trying to soften you and get you to say, well, I guess I'll go, or just this one time, and I said I wouldn't drink, but I'll go ahead and take a drink. These are ways that they're trying to soften you. They're trying to weaken you so they can easily control you. These people know that in a merit-based system, you would outwork them, you would outperform them. Number 9, through shaming. So you go to do something that you're proud of. Let's say you're about to buy some real estate property because you want to start a real estate business, and they immediately start slandering you or start accusing you of doing something unethical or saying that, oh, you're probably just doing this so you can do X, Y, and Z, or or telling you that, oh, well, you know, other people that own properties, they come from super wealthy families and they're more trained than you, or they somehow know more than you and you shouldn't be doing that, you shouldn't be doing this. Any type of idea that they're trying to use to insinuate that somehow you shouldn't be doing it, somehow you're out of your league, or you're doing the wrong thing for pursuing something that you love, is a form of shaming. Now, this can be something that's small or it can be something huge. An example could be you want to wear a certain outfit and they tell you that, oh, well, you know, that's for the skinny girls, or that's for the guys that have big muscles. That's not for you. And you're like, but I love this dress. I love this shirt. This is how, you know, I want to wear this, right? Or you want to go into a certain business and they tell you that's only for rich people, or that's only for people from a certain background. Anytime they're trying to insinuate to you that somehow you shouldn't be doing it, that you're doing something wrong for doing something that you love, that's a form of mild shaming, and it could also get very large. They might tell somebody who's going on a modeling audition that they're not pretty enough to go on an audition for modeling, or that they're too overweight to wear a certain outfit. We've heard stories about this over the years, but this is a form of shaming and another way that energy vampires try to steal or try to take energy from you. Why? Because you know intuitively what you are supposed to be doing. Number 10, through abuse, through things like neglecting your friendship, neglecting your relationship, through devaluing you, and through smear campaigns, which we talked about a little bit earlier. So any form of abuse, whether that be neglect, smearing, shaming, devaluing, these are all forms of abuse. And it's also another thing that's used by energy vampires to steal your energy. So if you're experiencing any of these things with people, it is best to either cut them off or to distance yourself from them. In the case of close family, close friends, etc., it may not be practical to cut them off. So you have to set clear rules as far as, you know, maybe you won't allow them to call you whenever they want every day. Maybe you'll limit it to one phone call a month, or maybe you won't talk to them at all, or maybe you just will not hang out with that group of friends or that group of people anymore. And this sounds a lot easier than it is done, especially if you have a small group or a very close tight-knit group or family, or you have coworkers that are doing these behaviors. But you have to come up with a strategy in order to limit the amount of contact and interaction that you guys have with each other. Because energy vampires, they are going to try to come up with new methods and new ways of trying to get you, of trying to weaken you, of trying to lower your energy. So, all right, I hope this helps. Please follow me on all platforms. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a great rest of the day. Bye.